Well, here at the Trafford Centre in Manchester, and we're at the Trafford Supercharger. 18 bays, each of them 250 kilowatt V3 chargers. And I get so frustrated with seeing Tesla drivers making the same mistakes over and over again. So rather than just show you how easy it is for a Tesla driver to charge a Tesla car at a Tesla supercharger, we're going to look at 5 things you must stop doing if you're doing them to get the best charging experience. So here we go. Let's go straight into number 1. First thing, whatever else happens, arrive here with your battery pre-conditioned. On my way here, it's quite relatively warm today. It's not desperately cold, but my battery was pre-conditioning for the last 20 minutes. What that means to you is if you don't precondition, you will arrive here with a cold battery, and these will struggle to get the power into the car at a fast enough rate. If you find your charging speed is slower than you want it to be, preconditioning. If you program into your sat-nav the supercharger location, it will automatically precondition for you. You can't get it wrong. So number 1, when you're heading towards a charging station, don't ignore preconditioning. It will slow your charging down. That will upset all the Tesla drivers. Number 2, on your way here, have a look and see if there are any vacant bays. Now, the Tesla Supercharger app or the display on a Tesla car is live. It will show you cars coming in and out live. When you're heading towards a charger, if you have a choice and it's absolutely full, don't go there because you'll queue. So check your app. If you're on a long journey, this might be only one of a choice of chargers you can stop at. So if this one is full, then go and charge somewhere else where it's empty. So on the way there, always program the sat-nav with your supercharger location. It will precondition, and also you can see whether it's going to be vacant. We're here today, there's a load of vacancies. This is one of the busiest chargers in the UK. It's also the dearest charger that I've come across at peak times. So, take it in. Number 3, when you get here, the first thing you have to do is reverse into the bay. And of course, in most Tesla superchargers, there is a rubber strip which goes across the back. Almost all superchargers have got it, so as you reverse into the bay, your wheels will come up against it. Trafford Centre has nothing. And it means you can back right the way up, and guess what's going to stop you? It's your signs, and you can see a few people have already had a go. When you are backing into the bay, please check whether you have that rubber strip or not. If you haven't got it, tip number 4, look at your rear view camera more. It tells you the distance to everything at the charger, everything around you. So if you don't look at that, then you're going to come to trouble. And you can see it's not the first one. Looking down 18 bays, I don't think I can see a single one that's actually vertical anymore. People are bumping into these, not recommended. So that's your tip. The next thing for a good good charging session is a low state of charge. I see so many people pulling in and they're actually at 70, 80, 90% state of charge, and they're just for some reason trying to go up to 100. Now, if you have an LFP battery, then these are designed that you can go up to 100, but it doesn't mean you have to. If you're on a road trip, you can happily charge this 50, 60, 70, 80% for a really quick charge. So it gets you to your next destination where you can do another charge. But sometime that week, you will need to take your battery up to 100%. It doesn't have to be every time you drive. So if you're not needing to get to 100% because you're on a road trip, don't go to 100%. The last 20% of your battery takes as long as the first 60% of your battery from 20 up to 80. So avoid that if you can. What that will do, that will speed up the sessions. Now, Tesla has just announced that their sessions on average take 25 minutes at a supercharger. The average for all chargers throughout the UK is 40 minutes. So program your sat-nav in to your sat-nav, program your supercharger into your sat-nav, use the preconditioning, and arrive here with a sensible state of charge and leave here with a sensible state of charge. If you only need enough to get you home, you might only want to put in 5 or 10 kilowatt hours. Do that. You don't have to charge 100%. And then, as I say, you need to avoid bumping into them and destroying the chargers. So that's my 5 tips for today. What we're going to do now, we're going to do a charging session for people who are thinking of buying a Tesla and want to know how easy it is. So we're just going to finish this session with a charging session and show you just how easy it is. We've arrived at a Tesla supercharger. We have reversed in and we haven't crashed into, that wasn't me. We haven't crashed into the post. I did spot there were no ramps there, so I've stopped short of the curb. You can see this in your rear view camera. I've arrived with about a 40%, 50% state of charge, so we're relatively low, but I don't need a lot. I just need enough to get me home in this scenario. Well, it's a V3. That means we have one cable. So what we're going to do is show you that cable. This is a CCS2 cable, and it's what all Tesla cars have, apart from the early Model S and the Model X. They have a different socket. I'll show you that just in a second. But all Model 3s, Model Ys, and future cars will have CCS2 in the car. So for me, I can't use this. So what I have to do with an older car, and the one next to me, by the way, is also an older car, so that will have an adapter on it. But for me, so what I'm going to do, if you can come in close, Jonas, to open the port on a Tesla, if you ever think you're buying your first Tesla, you don't need apps, you don't need anything in the screen. Every Tesla charger, whatever model it is, V2, V3, V4, has a button on it. If you press that button, it opens up your flap. So we press a button and the flap opens. Now, because I here have in my hand a CCS2 plug, and my car has a Type 2 Tesla charger, I need an adapter that goes from the Type 2 Tesla to the CCS2. This is only older cars, and it's only the Model S and the Model X. So if you buy a Model 3, new or used, or a Model Y, new or used, or any future car, you don't need to bother with these. It's only us oldies who've got this. That's also an old one, and that one will have an adapter on that. So with the adapter, all you do, plug the adapter in there. This now just fits into my car, like that. It will click, and the light turns purple, and that's all you do. It'll now talk to the car, and it's gone green already. So that's how quick. I'm just going to walk round. So just to run through, you pull the plug out. If you've got a Model 3 or Model Y, press the button, plug it in. If you've got an older car, put the adapter in, press the button, plug it in, and then it automatically talks. This is now charging. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to have a look inside and look at the charging rate, or I can do that through an app. Now on my phone, I've got a screenshot of the phone. So now what I'm going to do, so what I can see on this, it gives me the name of the car. I've called mine Black Knight. It's currently got 85 miles on it. It's, oh, hang on, it's saying 66 minutes left remaining to charge limit. I've got it set on 50%, that's all. You don't need to charge to 80% or 100% every time. For me, I just need enough to get home. That's all I need. And then I can charge at the cheaper rate. So at this point, we're charging. It's showing that it's pulling 68 kilowatt hours, 210 miles an hour. In English, that means for every hour I'm plugged in, it will add 210 miles. And it's saying 6 minutes remaining. I do not want to charge here any more than I need to, because here I'm paying Tesla rates. These are in the 50 pence range. Don't know what they are. It doesn't worry me. I know they're cheaper than anywhere else, but I only need enough to get me home. That's it. If I put any more in, I'll be paying 40 or 50p here, and I will get home with half a battery full. And when I can charge it at 7.5 or 11p, I just can't because it's already half full. So get into the habit of just putting in enough, either to get your next stop on a journey or to get you home. If I arrive home with 10 or 15 or 20 mile left, I'll be absolutely delighted. That's the car working perfectly for me. If I get home with 60% left, it means I bought electricity at 5 times the price I needed to. I bought too much. get out of the idea that every time you drive or charge, you have to top it up to 80% or 100%. You don't. Here you can see on mine, I'm running a 50% limit. That's more than I need to get home. We're doing a few detours on the way, by the way. Manchester to Preston is not 85 miles or 90 miles now. So just get into the habit. Where are you going next? Do you have a charger there? Yes, you do. Just put in enough to get you there. If you're going on a road trip and you've got a 300-mile journey ahead of you, but you've planned a stop for lunch in an hour and a half, then aim to get to that charger if you charged at home, as much as you can, but then top it up only to what you need to get to the next one. Anyway, we're finished for now. So that's how easy it is. What we're going to do now is demonstrate what happens when you finish your charge. I don't need any more. This is purely for the video. So what I'm going to show you now is how easy it is to finish a charge if you are buying a Tesla car and going to be charging it at a Tesla supercharger either all the time or on a road trip. So we've come back from shopping, lunch, or whatever it is we've gone to. We've come back to the car. You'll find the car locked, the handles are closed, wing mirrors are tucked in, and this is standard with all Teslas, so you can tell it's locked. As you walk towards the car will open, and that means you can now unplug it. You can't unplug the charger while the car is locked because the charger is locked. You can't remove the charger while the car is locked as a safety device. So all we do, walk up to the charger, press the button, it releases, we take out the plug. In this case, because we've used an adapter, we remove the adapter. We're not going to try and push the plug back into the charger with that on it. And all we do then is put the plug back into the supercharger, close the flap, and that's the end of it. We have no payment method. There are no screens. There are no contactless. For you new drivers who are thinking of buying a Tesla, there's nothing to do. It's all done on the computer in the car. So when you arrive and it plugs in, it identifies to the charger which car it is, who owns it, and within the app, there's a payment method. You have to register a debit card, credit card, Apple Pay, Google Pay, whatever it is you're doing. So that's all in the car. So when we finish a session and unplug it, the car now goes, oh, I finished charging. It works out how much we've taken, and it just bills you. Now, before we leave the car park, that money will have been debited from your account. You don't have to think about it. So that's how easy it is. Walk here, press the button, plug it in. When you're finished, unlock it, press the button, pull it out, put it back, drive off. Oh, close your flap. Although on the Model 3s and Model Ys, you can now do that from your dashboard if you forget. It will show you on the dashboard that you've got flap open, and you can just press a button and it'll close it. Mine is an older one. It's out of date. Great car, but a bit older. I can't close the flap electronically. I have to do it manually. Done. Well, thanks very much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video, please click the like button. And if you'd like to see more, please subscribe and click the notification bell so we can notify you next time we launch a video. And a massive thank you to all our Patreon supporters. It is your support that enables us to go out and make these videos for you. So thank you very much for your contribution. I'm Dave.